They've stopped me from posting because it feels more safe not to post rather than the experience of posting and knowing that it could actually have a huge impact. Hello, and welcome to Alchemy Mindset. I'm your host, Anna Hasty, business mindset coach for women and a sound healer. If you are ready to become the most aligned, magnetic, and confident businesswoman you are worthy and deserving of being, then this show is for you. This is where I share everything from mindset, energy, and spirituality, and how to embody your future self in business and life. Sprinkle that with deeply relaxing sound healings and meditations, and you have the Alchemy Mindset podcast. Hit subscribe so you always get the latest episode. Now let's begin. Hello, dear beautiful listener. Welcome to today's episode. I am so excited that you're joining me here to listen to this episode as I really put on my mindset coach hat and share with you something that I recently saw on social media. And through this conversation that was posted, I felt like the missing part was the underlying mindset and embodiment blocks that were represented and showing up through what I was reading on social media. Okay, so let's go through a bit of the backstory. And through this episode, I'm hoping that this helps you to identify any hidden patterns or blocks that are holding you back, and some really easy questions that you can ask yourself when you're facing some of these blocks. So the conversation I saw on social media was between two business women. And the conversation was like typed out, like me, you type thing. And the brief outline of it was that this one lady number one, was talking to lady number two, both business friends, talking about whether or not there was any benefit, or there was talking about using ChatGPT for creating content and its benefits, right? Now, for anybody out there who doesn't know what ChatGPT is, it's literally a chat buddy. It's a super smart language model created by OpenAI. So it is an AI program, and it's here to chat, answer your questions, and help with all sorts of things. I use it a lot. And there's a lot of people out there right now talking about it and how you can use that to create social media posts, emails, podcast episodes, blog posts, anything business related. This program can actually help create the content for you. Pretty cool, huh? And I will say I actually use it myself. And I use it in a way when I have the writer's block come up and I've lost a little bit of inspiration, or I just want to know another way of wording something that would sound a little bit more succinct or efficient, right? But mostly I use it for ideas, and I always change everything in language in a way that I would naturally talk, speak, or write. Anyway, so this conversation was circulating around the benefits of ChatGPT. And lady number one said, I've been using it and I used it to create all this amount of content within 2 hours. And lady number two said, oh, so you're all set up for the year. How's it going for you? Is it working? She said, what do you mean? Well, have you posted any of the social media content that you created from it? Has it given you any reach, any increase in engagement, leads, that kind of thing, right? What's your return on investment in having used this program? And the other lady said, well, actually, no, I haven't posted anything yet. It's all sitting in my folder ready to go, but I'm just so excited that I got it all done. And lady number two said, so that means you're going to be spending more time going through content that you found that you had saved time on, but you never posted in the first place. And the first lady said, well, but I did do it. I did use ChatGPT. It created all this content for me, and it's there and it's ready to go. Now, from that initial conversation, so then the question from that conversation was asked, what's your thoughts on ChatGPT? I didn't go into the comments. I didn't read anything. There was like a hell of a lot, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to invest my time in this conversation because I use it. Like I said, I use it to the benefit of what I need, and I find it very helpful. I certainly don't rely on it. I use it when I'm feeling a bit blocked and I'm a bit stuck. So I do find it beneficial. But what I really saw when I put my phone away and I thought about it, I was like, actually, it's not about the use of ChatGPT that's the problem here. I feel like the underlying hidden problem within this conversation is that lady number one has a block within her mindset and embodiment about showing up on social media. She's afraid of being seen. She's afraid of posting this content for whatever reason. Now, in truth, I don't know this lady. I don't know her track record for showing up on social media. She was anonymous, so I couldn't exactly stalk her and find out. And I don't know what her business model is. I don't even know what level of business she's at, whether she's just new, starting, part-time, full-time, been in it for a bajillion years, and I certainly don't know what her success rate is, like client retention, sales, makes money, any of that. I have no idea. I'm literally now going to assume a certain projection or create a certain profile around her. But I feel like that would be one of the questions I would be asking her or looking at would be, what's your mindset around posting to social media? Like, why are you not posting this? If it's all done for you, shouldn't you just be scheduling it and pressing send? Like, it's done. Be so excited. It just took all this time off your hands and it's done. So what is the underlying belief? And I think one of them would have been afraid of being seen, being afraid of what her audience would think, knowing that she's in some ways cheated, let's say. Some people may think using ChatGPT is a cheat. For years, we've all been creating content out of our own inspiration, our own wisdom, our own typing, madly crafting things to make it sound amazing. And here she has gone and used a robot, essentially, to create a ton of content in next to no time. And so maybe she's worried. What will her audience think of it? Do they know that it's her? Will they feel her vibe? Will they feel her energy? Will they feel her business and what it means? Would she lose or gain followers from it? Would the changes that she's making within her business be well received? And within this new level that she's stepping into, is she really comfortable with her new identity? Or is she, and the place of success that it will lead her, is she overall comfortable posting what she created to social media? What is stopping her from pressing schedule or post? What is it? Because she didn't do it, right? And we can't say it was she didn't have time, and we can't say, but somewhere in there, she stopped herself. I don't know why, and that's what I would love to explore. Again, creating this fictitious profile of her, what I'm seeing is that she doesn't feel safe to post, and that's because her mind doesn't see her as being safe, and so creates or recalls a previous program that runs it now, and it actually stops her from being seen or showing up, because the mind steers us away from pain and fear and anything that's unsafe, and only towards safety and pleasure. That's its prime directive. That's one of the key things the subconscious mind does. It's there to keep us safe, keep us alive, but it's also there to guide us towards things that feel great, feel comfortable, feel joyous, feel happy, because we're safe in those environments, right? So having created all this content can automatically put her in a new space of being, oh, I've just created all this content that usually would have taken me hours to do, and I've done it. This feels new and exciting, but at the same time, really uncomfortable. And my subconscious mind doesn't really think it's normal, or is allowing me to feel like it's normal. And then not posting it is, again, like, where is it in that mindset belief of what would happen if I posted it? Why does it feel unsafe for me to post it? Why does it feel more safe for me to sit back and hold on to all this information and not share it with my audience? And these are some questions you can ask yourself whenever you come up across a little block. So a block can be something when you're feeling a little bit icky, sticky, or stuck, or something that makes you feel uncomfortable, or you feel like there's some sort of anxiety or stress or worry starting to creep in. And we know what those feelings are like, right? We've all been in business, and we've all got areas where we've come up across things that have just gone, oh, this feels really like hard, unsafe. This feels really new. I'm not really excited by this. This feels like maybe a bit of dread even. Like, we've got emotions that sit in us that are an indicator of when we're doing something that doesn't feel right, that doesn't feel natural, normal, or within the realms of what we're comfortable of doing, okay? And I'm not saying I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty of having created content and not posting it. That's happened to me multiple times. And largely my mindset around it has been sometimes, what will my audience think? And will this land in the right way? And this is me being seen, or this is me showing up, or whatever the myriad of conversations are in my head at the time. They've stopped me from posting because it feels more safe not to post, rather than the experience of posting and knowing that it could actually have a huge impact. So there's the first thing. Why is it safe to not post? Why is it safe? Why is it safer not to post, right? Why is it safe? Why is it more comfortable to stay where she is not posting? Why is it more comfortable not to post, to stay in the place that she is, particularly if she's pivoting and changing her business and all the other things? What would be the benefits for posting. So if she did post, what would the benefits be though? Because that can sometimes highlight, actually, it's a really good thing to post. You can actually do more for posting. Posting can actually be really helpful to your business, like grow, make money, serve your clients. But what are the consequences for not posting? So if you didn't post, what would be the consequences of that? So there's some really good questions you can ask yourself. You can ask your subconscious mind, because when you give your mind a very good when you give your mind a very good question, it gives you a very good answer. Remembering the mind steers us from pain and fear to anything that's safe and pleasurable. Now, the other question I would have loved to tap into is, with this new version of herself as a businesswoman, has she actually stopped to review this? Has she actually stopped to take a moment to embody this new version of herself? Because the new version of her has a business that has this kind of branding or messaging, or maybe it's completely pivoted. I have no idea. Maybe it's done a partial pivot, a slow rotation. Maybe it's just slightly tweaked in some ways, but either way, there's something that's changed within her business that is no longer the normal of what she's previously identified. And this new normal can create all sorts of ripple effects, hopefully. And most of the time, the aim is that it will create positive ripple effects and create and generate more leads or excitement or something, right? So the new version and the old version are different. They don't match up so much. Some things are transferable from the old to the new, but some things within the new, because it's new and it's unknown, the subconscious mind again deems it being unsafe. Like, who the hell are you? Who are you to have this business and to do these things this way, when that's not in our normal programming? Because the subconscious mind always creates new neural pathways when we're doing something new. And then if we do it repetitively, it creates a shortcut. But when it goes to review its neural pathways, it goes, that's not in our programming. That's not in our system. Is this okay for us? So what I would then suggest is that she goes and has a look at what the new version of herself in business looks like, and what does she need to embody? So how does she operate now with these changes in her business? How does she feel being seen as this person with these changes in her business? How does she interact with others in her business world, being in this new dimension? And what is it about this new identity that makes her uncomfortable and therefore still not sure about being seen or showing up or posting on social media? Now, I'm hoping that she hasn't completely rearranged herself and changed her outer exterior so dramatically that it's like, whoa, you're definitely not the person I saw yesterday. But these are all internal shifts that change internal patterns and programmings, and that the old version is no longer serving the new version, right? So it's like a software update. So again, as I said, I don't know this lady's story. I certainly don't know who she is. And I would love to have maybe sat down with her to say and ask more about, why isn't she posting in the first place? Was she just wanting to do it all as an experiment, or just hold on to this information knowing she was doing a rebrand? And how she's stepping into this new version of self now she is doing this pivot, change, or rebrand within her business. And then within that, I would look at the mindset around and the programming around why she didn't post in the first place. Because if all the content is done, doesn't that free up your time? And isn't that what we're trying to achieve within our business? Like time freedom? Like, we went into business not to work 24/7, but to have freedom within our time. So even that is a question. Now, just talking out loud here, why is she afraid of having all this free time? Maybe she's afraid of being not busy or useful, or that she'll be seen as lazy because she's freed up all her time using a program to help write content. So here's my question to you, dear listener. Are you ever whirling in a spiral of not posting and not showing up on social media? Are you ever whirling and spiraling into those conversations of self-doubt, of negative thinking, of limitations that are holding you back, because holding yourself back feels far more comfortable than stepping forwards? When in reality, as soon as we change and shift the wiring and we step into this new reality, it becomes our new normal. It becomes the new normal. And we're okay. We're going to be okay within all of this, right? We're going to be okay. Or are you finding that this is something that is happening on repeat? So all the stress, the anxiety, worry, discomfort within you about doing something within your business, like showing up, like posting, is that something that's happening on repeat? And is it something that you would want rewired and changed? And the embodiment of who you are as a businesswoman, who do you desire to be? What does she look like? Feel like, be like? What does she have? How does she run her business? What is the elements of this woman that you truly aspire to be? Really tune into this version of you. And I will tell you a hot secret here. That version of you is not anywhere else. She's not outside of you. She's not down the street. She's actually within you. She's in you right now. You've just got to let her be and let her come out and actually listen to her and do the things that she would be doing. She can actually be here right now with you, in you, as you. It's just you that has to do the changes. When we rewire the mindset blocks, when we make the shifts and changes, so much more can happen in our life in such a positive way. So much more can happen that we actually find ourselves fulfilling our dreams and desires and wishes that we have for our business and our life. And this just ripples out into a multitude of different places and spaces, right? Not only to yourself, but to your customers and clients, to your family, to your friends, your community, the collective. It just ripples out. So if you're ever holding yourself back on something, ask yourself, why is it safe to stay where you are? Why is it not safe to move forwards? Why is it more comfortable to stay where you are? What are the consequences for not moving forwards or shifting or changing or doing the thing? But also, what are the benefits as well? Because when we tap into more of the positive aspects of doing something, the subconscious mind goes, okay, this is cool. This is fun. This is safe. Now, if you really want to start shifting and changing some stuff within your mindset, with your embodiment, within your own energy and your energetics as a businesswoman, I've now got spaces available in my mindset coaching program. So I've got a couple of spaces that have just opened up in my 3-month program. And this is where I can help you really deep dive into those 3 aspects of yourself: your mindset, your energy, and your embodiment. And we can do some massive shifts and changes within those 3 months. Like, this is the goal that I absolutely love. Like, I just love being in this space with my clients, and the shifts and changes that I see are life-changing. Like, we are doing so much work. And if you feel like you've only got one thing right now that needs work on, then you can also jump on into the 90-minute one-to-one coaching program. Now, this one's really cool because, say, for example, it's about being seen and showing up on social media. That's the one thing we'll work on just in that session. Plus, you get 5 days of voice message support afterwards so that we can continue processing anything else that comes up. Because when we shift one thing, there's always something else fun to shift afterwards in a non-scary way. It's all good. This is all about our evolution and why we are doing the work that we do. This is why sometimes we're challenged with the things that we do because they're coming up through our business, and it's time to let it go. It's time to release it. It's time to be that amazing businesswoman that you know you are. It's time to have that business, the life, the money, all the things that go around into why you originally stepped into being a businesswoman and running your business. It's pretty epic. It's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. And that's what I'm here to support you with. So there's some links below that you can click. Feel free to email me at hello@annahasty.com if you've got any questions and you want to jump on a clarity call. That link is also below. Either way, I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you so much for listening. I just love holding space here for you on this podcast, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to today's episode. Please rate and review this podcast so that it can continue to thrive and reach more listeners. I love to know who my listeners are, so please screenshot this episode and tag me on Instagram at Anna F. Hasty. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode.